Forza che scorra un altro sangue Susanna. Dove, quando?
In Macbeth, you are given this great cloak of inadequacy. He can't be inadequate as a soldier, but he doesn't have the intelligence to carry out this crime with panache and then shrug off the guilt, which is funny for a soldier, perhaps. But he is a leaden intelligence and manipulated by his wife, who's brighter than he is. But he still has flashes of other emotions, anger, frustration, the attempt to climb out from what nature has gifted him, which is not a lot upstairs. There's this great, immutable force of emotion and nature. And Shakespeare, of course, same as Verdi, stitches that in hard and fast right from the beginning, from the first words. So I think that that's extremely interesting, that you sit on top of this, the prophecies of the witches, the commentaries in the orchestra, these great black tides are underneath you. Despite what you say, you can feel that something else is going to happen. Verdi's very specific when you sing his roles. He gives you a big thumbprint of colour, and that's your colour. It's not like Mozart in that respect. It is, in terms of dynamics and detail, very much like Mozart. But in terms of the characterizations and the colour he gives you, and he will give you very few. Giovanni, for example, in Mozart's Don Giovanni, you have a wonderful array of characters to play within one person, as you do in The Marriage of Figaro. In Macbeth, or other baritones like Falstaff, you have one or two colours. These sharper colours, the brighter colours, are in his wife. When the ghost appears and then disappears, and his wife says, "Get a grip. This is ridiculous." And the ghost has gone, and he says, "I feel I'm okay again. Don't worry. I apologize, everybody. Carry on with the party. I must have just had a little mental aberration." Those little things are the flashes that I meant about light. So yeah, he's unrelentingly dark as a character, but not without flashes of interest. Towards the end, when things are really falling to pieces, a servant comes in and says, "Your wife's here." And Macbeth just says, "What?" But he doesn't say, "Oh," or "what." He goes, "What?" Why would he say that if there wasn't this friction between them? This grinding irritation growing into something a lot worse, that this woman is endlessly needling him. She tells him that throughout the piece. "You're an idiot. You're weak. You're useless." And sometimes that works for him to build him up. Obviously it does. We must accept that, because it's a strategy she must have used for a long time. But I'm sure, just as any other bullying, that has got to him. So there are little clues like that. I think it's fair to say that there's a strong... What is the strong bond between them then? I think personally, it is a physical, it's a sexual one. It goes well with the darkness of the piece, the blood, sex, death, pretty classic. And it's the power that she has over him. I do think he's irredeemable. I don't think there's any mileage at all in giving any redemptive qualities. But what I would say is, I feel pity for him as an outsider. Not for his situation, pity that he was made in such a way. Pity that he didn't have the wherewithal to climb out of that circumstance, to be able to see what his wife was doing, just to have noticed that she was trying to corral him with her own net of wickedness. So I do feel pity for him, but I don't think there's anything redeemable about him, no.